from his knowledge, and we are very thankful to him for sharing that with us. Today he will be talking to us on you and that, you are that, based on Adi Shankara's Upadesa Sahasri. Welcome, Swamiji. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. This month, this is August, the first Saturday. As every month, first Saturday, I always come over here and give a discourse on the Vedanta. So, this is August, the Saturday, first Saturday. We'll be reading from the famous book, Upadesa Sahasri. Now, Upadesa Sahasri, it's a beautiful verses there. So we will chant from there first and then we'll start. Chaitanyam sarvagam sarvam. You can repeat after me. Chaitanyam sarvagam sarvam sarvabhuta guhashayam yat sarva vishaya atitam tashmai sarva vide namaha. Now the Chaitanya that we are talking, we are thinking about, where it is in everyone's heart. And we are searching that Chaitanya. That is the very peculiar. We have given the name God or Allah or Jehovah or Buddha, and we are going on searching everywhere. But it is within our heart. When in Hindi there is a beautiful couplet, and it says, "मैं को कहाँ ढूंढो बंदे, मैं तो तेरा पास मो, खोजोगे तो अभी मिलूंगा, पल भर के तलाश मो." The very wise words. Pal bhar ke tallash. Within just a second you can realize, but the problem, we don't search in that way. Where we search all outside. So I bow down to that all-knowing one, which is pure consciousness. Why they are using the word pure consciousness, we will come to that. And today's topic, you and that. That means the consciousness. And in a simple word, we can say God. So I and that, or you and that. Then when you realize, I am that, you are that, there is no difference. This is the speciality of the Hinduism. So I bow down to that all-knowing one, which is pure consciousness. As long as individual self is there, it is associated with I, you, he, she, that, so many things. So it is impure consciousness. It is consciousness impure because it is having so many epithets, so many visheshana. And now, this pure consciousness having nothing, which is all-pervading. All-pervasive means it cannot have any form. Though the Hindus are having millions of gods and goddesses, but in reality, it is nothing is there. It is all-pervasive consciousness. And also, which is all, which is residing in the hearts of all, beyond all objects of knowledge. Beyond all objects of knowledge. This is all Vedantic terms. We will come to that today when we are discussing the object. Something is there. And it has a name and a form. Object means it has a name and a form. And name and form, the object is going to be temporary, for sure. So we will discuss that. The last month we discussed about the mind. those who have attended or listening to the YouTube, we discussed about the mind. And according to the Upadesa Sahasri, the chapter 5, sloka 5, mind remained conscious as long as the reflection of the consciousness is on that. Now, as because we are studying Vedanta, the Vedanta always takes us to this particular point. You are. It is not that, here and there. It is you. And what am I? When I sit and discuss, we try to know about myself, I find two things. I have a mind and I have a body. The body-mind complex, as they call it, called. With body we can understand, we can touch it, we can smell it, but mind we cannot touch. But mind we can feel. I am happy, I am not happy, all these things come because of the mind. It is not the body, it is of the mind. So mind is there. If the mind is not there, then the body has nothing to do. Now the question is mind is really conscious? If I know. Why? Because mind is also limited. It has a limitation. Anything that is limited cannot be the conscious. The consciousness is always all-pervasive. Mind is limited. What is your mind is thinking, my mind is not acting in that way. That means it is difference is there. Why? The mind is acting because of the different type of objects. When we come in close with those things, we get influenced by those. When you go to see some place of beautiful nature, we think about those things, and when we come back, we go through the pictures that we took over there, we think about that, oh, beautiful river, beautiful sky, so these. So when you go over there, the mind is conditioned with those things. It is limited. Mind is conditioned with me and mine. This is my family, my kith and kin, my country, and all that. So I am conditioned. But the pure consciousness cannot be and cannot have any condition. It is completely separate. So how this mind is working? Chaitanya pratibimbena vyapta bodhahi jayate. Chaitanya, that pure consciousness, pratibimba, it is reflecting. Shankaracharya, it is Shankaracharya's ideas. And he is telling how otherwise we will explain. Each and every one, all beings are having the mind. It is conscious. It can think. It can judge. It can discriminate. Each and everything it can do. It can function. But at the same time, if it is original, does it mean there are so many originals are there? No, it cannot be. If so many small original consciousnesses, no, it cannot be. To some extent, that our Ramanujacharya, he said, why not? These are all small lamps are also there. There is a fire, the small lamps got lighted from there. Now it is in different places. Thousands and millions of jivatma, they are also separate. But there's a problem is there. If the jivatma, it is separate and it is also original, then there are so many originals, and obviously if it is not one, there will be conflict. The moment there is two, there is a conflict. Islam, they say, La ilaha illallah. There is a God and only one God. See, same thing they say. La ilaha, there is no two. There is only one God. And that is our God. That is separate thing. That they are, again, making it narrow. It is my God, our God, which we have thought, but it is one. There is no two. In the Quran, they say always, cannot be two. And in every religion, whatever way they try to explain the Creator, it is only one. Hinduism also say, in the two ways it moves, one is the path of knowledge, another path of devotion. In the path of devotion, they say it is Vishnu. And Vishnu is the all-pervasive God, as because we cannot imagine all-pervasiveness. When you ask someone to meditate on all-pervasiveness, we may start remembering sky. But sky also, we saw the sky and we are thinking that. No, it is a form. So we cannot imagine the all-pervasiveness. So the Hindus allowed that it should be having a form. So Vishnu is having the form. But they gave the name Vishnu, all-pervasiveness. The Sarvatra Vyaptya, everywhere it is, so it is all-pervasiveness, the consciousness. Shankaracharya's argument is better, or we can say best. Why? He says, see, there is a sun. Now, sun is reflecting, and the thing on which it is reflecting, that is also becoming a light. That is also getting all the qualities of the sun. I have seen in the villages, people, they keep bucket full of water outside in the winter time, so it becomes warm, then they take the bath. They don't have electricity, so they use in that way. Sun reflecting on the water and making it warm. We have seen the people using the glasses, pieces of glasses, particularly mirror, and reflection of the sun lighting the dark places. Sometimes we used to play the science. We will be focusing that reflected light on a piece of paper, and paper suddenly burned, and we were so happy. But actually it is not the reflected light, it is the light of the sun. But the reflected light is also doing all those works that sun is doing. Sun is doing in a millions and great way, but this reflection is also doing small way. Why the reflection is important? When the Ramanuja and Shankara, they differ, Ramanuja told they are also original. The problem is, then where it goes. If it is original, then where it will go. But reflection means, suppose there are so many reflections and it breaks. It doesn't matter, original is there. So the reflection that is within our mind is called buddhi, the consciousness, we are jivatma. When that reflection goes away, then only this body, the matter, it also goes back to its original. What is the original? Shiti, Apa, Tej, Marut, Bhoma. Where this body will go? In this five. It will go to the earth, some water that will go to water, and the warmth that will also go back to the warmth. So we have five: Shiti, Apa, that water, Teja, Maruta, and Vyoma. So all these five elements will go back to the five elements. Panchabhuta, as we call in Sanskrit, Panchabhuta Sharira goes back to the Panchabhuta. There are nowadays in the modern movies also Panchabhuta they are using, and then different type of action movies. There are some people, they are the earth, and some people these, they're like that only. But they are taking this old idea of Vedanta, Panchabhuta. So out of Panchabhuta, this body is made, and as because it is made of so many things, and when it breaks, it goes back to the original. Now, out of the earth, the mud, we make an earthen pot. And when the earthen pot is broken, where it goes back? To the earth only. The same way, we have to think our body will go back to its original when we die. But what will happen to our mind? And the mind is very subtle. You cannot burn it. You cannot bury it. Where it will go? So obviously it is going to some other places where as a living being I am thinking. So the thought is very important. If I am thinking in this way or that way, after the death I will go to that place only. It's a very terrible and at the same time very helpful. If you can somehow think as you were singing Rama or Krishna Krishna, the 25th, 26th of our Krishna Janmashtami, so the Krishna, then you will go to Krishna. And you will be so happy. Whatever you do all through your life. But somehow, if you can remember the Lord, the Supreme Being, exactly at the time of your death, you go back to there. So in the ancient time, when a person is going to die, the people, they arranged people to constantly reading Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavata or holy books, so that he goes on hearing and at least in his mind that reflects. Then he will go to some holy place, a good place. So these are all, we can say, belief, but at the same time, it's a very, very scientific way of thinking. Because mind, where it will go? Our problem is with this mind. Because when the mind is floating, where it will go? It will go according to our karma phala. Again, another things come. So Hindus, there is a consciousness, pure consciousness, nothing is there. That pure consciousness is reflecting on beings. And those beings are becoming I conscious. Ego comes. What is ego actually? The ego, when you say ego, I always give this example. We put our hand on our body, I. But this body was a tiny little one. This body is going to grow, constantly growing and decaying. So which body we indicate by saying I? One gun. The mind. I means my mind. Mind is also changing. Which mind? So actually, we do not know which is I. But all these conflicts, all this bloodshed, all this trouble because of I. There is a story, then always, it goes with the daughter-in-law and mother-in-law and like that. So mother-in-law was very commanding. And one day one beggar came when the mother-in-law went to the river for bathing. So the daughter-in-law, she knew the mother-in-law will never give any alms to anyone. So she said, no, you won't give the alms. The beggar was going back. In the meantime, the mother-in-law was coming back after bathing, and she heard the beggar is saying, I won't give, I won't give. Then how we will survive if you don't give? Then she inquired, hey, what happened? I went to that house, and that lady, she told she won't give. That is my house. And that young lady said that she won't give you alms. Yes. Who is she to say? It is my house. Come with me. And beggar became very enthusiastic. Oh, now, as because both of them are going to fight, I will get some alms. So the poor man came back once again, all the way to that house. Now this old lady entered into the house, then said, it is my house, whatever I should say. Now I say, I won't give any alms to you. Go back. No. So this is called ego. And I, but we do not know what is this I. If we only can understand what is this I, all problems are solved. And what we are searching for? Happiness. You know, the moment you remove the I, you get happy. You become very happy. We fear that if we are not having the I, the ego, it will be the jellyfish existence. And in Hindi sometimes they say, मैं क्या मंदिर का घंटा हूँ जो भी आते हैं बजा के चले जाते हैं. Everybody will come and no, not like that. You will have the self-confidence, tremendous self-confidence. Why? I, the Son of God. That I is completely different. The Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna very nicely puts it. Kacha ami, paka ami. Unripe ego, ripe ego. What is unripe ego? I associated with this body wrongly. But the ripe ego associated with God. That's why Jesus said, I again, and my Father in heaven are one. So that I is there, but it is associated with the God. So that's why if we are turning this I will be there. But problem with this I, all these religious practices only to understand this much. So Chaitanya Pratibimbena Vyapto. Vyapto means all covering, all spread, everywhere. What? Chaitanya, consciousness. How? As a reflection. Pratibimba. The reflection of the consciousness on the intellect rises the concept of this world. If it is not there, there is no world. Now some people, they think they are protecting the world. If they are not there, what will happen to this world? But when they sleep, what happens to the world? When they are sleeping, they are not even dreaming. They don't have the body, they don't have the mind. They are in deep sleep without the dream. What is happening to the world? As it is. It will be continuing. Whether I or I am not, world will continue. Why? It is associated with something else. It is the creation of God. It is the creation of the Brahman. It doesn't depend on me. I only think that without me, what will happen? So the moment it happens, then what happens? In the very next verse, Shankaracharya mentioning, Chaitanya Vasata Aham Tad Artham Cha Tadasya Yat. Ego or I sense exists because of the pure consciousness. I sense exists because of the pure consciousness. God forbids, but I have seen the Alzheimer, the people, a mother, she was so fond of her house. Everything, that plant should be there, flower should be there, this should be there. And she was all careful. Then unfortunately, this thing came. She could not recognize her son even. That son took me, but he was a very dedicated son. He used to take care of his mother. Then when I went, he told Maharaj, please come. She used to like you very much, and this one Nancy. So I went, recognizing me with the Gerua, she told, hey, sannyasi has come. Touch his feet, take his blessing. Then the mother said, the Swamiji has come. She turned to him and said, who are you? To son. She gave the birth. She took so much of care. Now where is this world? Because the consciousness shifted. The moment the consciousness shifted a little, the I is there, but it is not acting as the old I. Where we are then? We boast, but God forbid, anytime anything can happen. We do not know. So Chaitanya Pratibimbena, the Chaitanya Bhasyata Aham Tad Artham Cha Tadasya Jat. Ego or the I exist because of the pure consciousness. Why we are using the word pure consciousness? Because there is no quality. When that consciousness reflecting in me, on my mind, it is associated with qualities. What is the quality? Educated, uneducated, rich, poor, man, woman, all so many qualities will be there. But when the quality is there, that is polluted. When the quality is not there, it's a pure. The milk. The milk again, they will put something into the milk and white milk will become yellow color. Then some drops that some scent will be there. Some sugar, it will become sweet. So many epithets, qualities mixed with the pure milk. Similarly, the pure consciousness, when reflecting on the beings, because of the association, it becomes connected with so many qualities. So pure consciousness, impure consciousness, that is both consciousness. And when both are there, impure consciousness and pure consciousness, then it is you and that. It is you, impure consciousness, and that. That is pure consciousness. So you and that, it is and comes. But actually, we are that. Our all journey, spiritual journey, is to become I am that. You are that. Tat tvam asi. Tad, that. Tvam, you, asi, you are. So this is the great dictum of the Hinduism. They will never say sinner. Oh, you are a sinner, you are a sinner. Never, ever. They will say you are making the mistake, rectify, and you become pure. That's all. You are pure. Just because you are thinking you cannot get up, this is the problem. So this way it says, and it says the ego, hence the wrongly ego is superimposed on pure consciousness. So this is the ultimate statement of the Vedanta. There is only pure consciousness, but the ego is superimposed on the consciousness, and I, you, he, she, that, it, all this comes. So when you remove that, idam amsha prahanena, by removing the unconscious portion, what we should do? Only removing the unconscious portion, that's all. Paraso anubhavo bhavet. The 5th chapter, 5th verse, it says that only you have to remove the unnecessary portion of it, that's all. It's so easy. It's so easy. Just you have to think, no, am I this body? No. You know, the people who are following the path of knowledge, very, very rare though, truly, very rare, like Raman Maharshi. He was the follower of the path of knowledge. Now, what they do? They don't worship, because to whom he is going to worship? They don't meditate. On whom they will meditate? They don't pray. To whom they will pray? Because I only exist. It's so difficult. So difficult. We always need someone to whom we can go and then open up our mind and get some words of inspiration, some support. So God we created. And it is so easy for us. We go and then like the mother told that to her son, the son was going to attend a school, but the road passes through a jungle. The mother was poor, mother lady. She used to go to different houses to clean up and then earn some money. And son told, I cannot cross that jungle. You have to come with me. Mother had no time. So she told, you have a brother over there, Madhusudhan, his name. He said, I never knew. I know to go and call Madhusudhan Dada. In Bengali, Dada means elder brother. And in Bombay, I don't know, Dada means Gunda. So some very serious people. So in Bengali, Dada means elder brother. You go and call Madhusudhan Dada and he will come. And this is only belief. See, mother told. Now the child went over there and when he saw, my God, so many trees, and he started calling Madhusudhan Dada, please come, I am afraid. Because of the faith, God came. That story all we know. So this is the faith, so someone is there. But who is that someone? Me only. That God is nothing but me. So when I say I am that, is from the point of view of knowledge. If I am not that courageous, that strong, then I say, God, it is you and I am your servant. I am your son. I am your daughter. I am belonging to you. So by that way only, this is another path. Through the path of devotion, it is easy. So that advocated. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna and everyone, they said it is better. As because we are studying the pure Vedanta, we are analyzing this. So what I am, this body? No. Why? Now object. What is the object? That I can touch, I can smell, I can taste, I can see. With the 5 organs that we can. So that is called object. Now, this is the only 5 things that you are having. And you have to apply this to judge. Is this the consciousness? Is this the consciousness? You know, the Raja Parikshita, there's a beautiful story in the Bhagavata and the Mahabharata. And he was saved when he was in the womb of his mother, Uttara. And who saved him? Krishna. And this little boy, that inside the womb, he saw the face of that God. It was glowing. And the God covered him and in such a way that the weapon couldn't work. So he took all that weapon on his body, saved that baby and left. Now after the birth, he started searching for that face. Any person coming to their house, the boy will run and go and see, is he that person who saved me? No. So when he was inquiring and judging all the time, his name became Pariksha. Pariksha means judgment, so Parikshita. So he was going on searching for the Krishna who saved his life. So this King Parikshit, the Krishna is helping. How? The God can do that. There is no doubt at all. But some people, they say, why to disturb the God? So let us do ourselves. So they are follow the path of jnana. Now, 3 people, friends, they were going. Suddenly they saw a tiger in the distance. Then someone told, or the first told, oh, we are doomed. The tiger will come and kill us all. We cannot fight with the tiger. He is the 3rd grade, tamasika. He don't have the faith in God or the confidence in oneself. The second one told, no, let us pray to God. God will help us. And 3rd one said, why to disturb God? There is a tree. Let us all climb on the tree. A tiger won't be able to climb on that tree. Let us go over there. So the 3rd one is the Jnana Margi. 2nd one was the Bhakti Marga. And the 3rd one is ordinary, and they are ruined because there is no faith. So this way, if we say, idam amsha pohanena, pohana means giving away. What portion? I, of course it is there, consciousness is there, associated with the body, mind and all that. So give up that. what remains, that is you. That much. It's so easy. And you means Jivatma. That means the consciousness superimposed by the ego. What is the Jivatma? Consciousness. But superimposed by the ego. What is the superimposition? See, everything we superimpose, unnecessarily. I am noticing that sometimes some ladies, they come, oh, we are suffering, we are so much this, so much that. When they are talking, I observe them, and I find that there is no problem for them. Nothing is there. Imagining. Just imagining. And then whatever they said, I saw that nothing is like that. Everything is okay, but they are imagining and suffering. It's very peculiar. Some people are overconfident and they think they can do this, they can do that. They made the mistake again. But self-confident people, they are only, okay, this type of problem comes, then what is the thing? Then we can do it. So if you have the self-confidence, then there is no problem. And if you have complete confidence on the self, you become Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, you become Buddha, you become Chaitanya, you become Jesus. That much. What else? What difference? They were also human beings. They also used to eat, they also used to sleep, and everything was so normal. So Avatara, they come only to demonstrate that. It is possible for you. Only thing, when Sri Ramakrishna was there and he was not having any money, then one person came and told, I will give you 10,000 rupees. He said, I am not going to accept it. Please go away. Why should I? I don't need it. 10,000 rupees in those days, suppose in 1850s and like that, it was a huge amount. People used to get only 1 or 2 rupees as a salary. Now 10,000 rupees. But the man didn't earn in a proper way. Sri Ramakrishna didn't touch that. He said, no, I don't need it. So that is the way only. We don't really need so much. And when there is so much, then we are also suffering, confused, what to do. Every day you have to make a plan, party. People are also tired with you because some people fabulously rich. What they will do? They have to show up every day party. And what is there in the party? Food and drink. Nothing is there. The same food, and that you cannot eat because the body. So you will go and take away a little and then come back and you eat your own food. But you spend 4 or 5 hours. If you don't go, then there will be problem. So everything because of the ego. So I was really thinking, these people are really ignorant. With that money, if they had taken up 5 or 6 villages, 10 villages, and giving them the pure drinking water, good schools, good hospitals, they would be remembered as God all through. But no, I should do. And then the different type of dress, and what dress? Only cloth. Over the cloth you may go on adding some gold and these and that. It's of no use. So useless. And that he is telling what we should do. Idam amsha, this much, this portion, pohanena, give up. What remains? Your joy, your happiness. Who remembers the king at the time of Jesus? Only the students of history, or some people, they are curious, they will do the Google, who was the king? We don't know him. But we remember Jesus. Jesus was not having any money, no property, no that way social status, nothing was there. But half of the world is bowing down. Why? Because he was having the consciousness. This we cannot understand. Every time we forget. So we have to be parasa anubhavo bhavit. From the best or the para means the consciousness, is realized. The you, the jivatma, if you give up that wrong portion, what happened? That. So para atma, pure consciousness. When one, through discrimination and detachment, these are the two things. Discrimination means bichara. What we are bichara? Each and every moment you have to do the bichara. I saw one Swami. He was the very strong follower of Jnana Marga. He used to sit, in the afternoon he will be coming and sitting on the temple, the mother's temple in Belur Math. He will be sitting on that and looking at the sky constantly. People are coming, he will hello, hi, all these things. But at the same time, constantly he is thinking, whole day. He is going on thinking, it is so difficult. He won't go to temple. And other people, we go to temple and there are so many temples. So we go and pray and time passes is going. We go to this temple, we go to that temple, so by that way. But he has nothing, no temple. But he is going on thinking what is correct and what is not. So this path is really difficult, challenging, but unique path. Discrimination and detachment realizes that there is no two consciousness. It is only one absolute consciousness. Then Jivatma margit with or the Paramatma Tattvamasi, you are that. Then you and that becomes you are that. Shankaracharya in 6th chapter, Vishesha Apoha Prakarana, that is the name of the chapter, teaches us another unique feature of the consciousness. What is that? How I will know the consciousness? The consciousness is not having any Visheshana, is completely free from Visheshana. Free from Visheshana means the attributes that we think. For us, Padma Bhushan, this Bhushan, that Bhushan is so great. To some people, they will be getting some. Who is giving? Very ordinary people. They are giving a Padma Bhushan. And then after your death, that Padma Bhushan is hanging, everybody forgets. No one knows what is there. Only thing I heard, if you get that type of recognition, you get the ticket. If there is an aeroplane ticket you are purchasing, you will get a ticket for assured. So that type of some benefits only and nothing else. Rabindranath Tagore, he wrote the beautiful book Gitanjali, and then a recognition came that the medal. But the medal was lost. Somebody stole it. The person who stole it, he must be biting his finger because the gold is so little, how much money he can earn by selling that? Nothing. It's only honor. So this honor in the society, this is essential, but not with the spiritual people. The sannyasins, they don't like to disclose their previous life also. My father is this, my school is this, my education is this. If the sannyasi is going on telling he is not a sannyasi, because the basic thing has not developed. The concept of a sannyasa means giving up. What to give up? My all connections. The sannyasi becomes samadrishti. Do you remember that beautiful song that lady sang when Swami Vivekananda in Khetri, Rajasthan? So the king organized that program and the very famous singer, but the sannyasi is not supposed to listen to the song of the lady. In those days, the ladies who used to sing were not considered as a good character and all that. So the sannyasis used to avoid that. And the moment Swamiji saw that lady is going to sing, he got up and was leaving. She started singing, Prabhu mere abaguna chitanadar. All my bad qualities, that you should not consider. Why? Samadarshi hai naam tihar. Chahe to paar kar. The beautiful song. Swamiji came back, Swami Vivekananda. He heard that song, he memorized that song, and he sang himself afterwards. It was a teaching for him. So for a sannyasi, it is samadrishti. How? Consciousness. The consciousness is present in every being. He doesn't know, but we know. So consciousness is not having any quality. Our mind is conditioned. So we always judge a person according to, and this, we have a volunteer. And we know, that we need some donation. And if he sees that somebody is coming with a very costly car, then he will be very happy. The first thing he will offer, a black cup coffee, but mostly people don't take. Then he will offer some prasad and all that. Great attention will be given to him. Why? He's a rich man. Suppose he gives some donation. Then afterwards, when I came to know that, I told, never ever do that. We don't depend on the rich people. We depend on Thakur. If Thakur gives money, it's okay. If it doesn't give, okay, no problem. But never ever forget that Thakur's presence. Sometimes Thakur don't take Sri Ramakrishna don't take money from some people. He is very choosy. He will be asking a very ordinary person, can you please bring 2 dhoti for me? And when a rich person offered 10,000 rupees, no, take it away. And he chased him out. But when a poor man, Master Mahashaya, in those days teachers used to earn very less. So he was asking, can you bring a dhoti for me? He told, okay. The 8 anna or 1 rupee, the dhoti, I think less than that. And he told, if possible, bring 2. The Master Mahashaya budget. But look at it, the God himself is asking from that person who is pure. So I told him, don't ever do that. So this is attributes. So why we do? Because of the attributes. And it says, avidya adhyasata sarvam jata atmani asad bhavet. Owing to the superimposition on the pure consciousness through ignorance, avidya. These are the terminologies the Vedanta, they always uses. Avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, avinivesha. These are the terminologies of the yoga. The first is avidya. What is avidya? He may be a highly qualified person, but ignorant about the spiritual life. Yesterday I went, as usual, the first Friday, I go to Naperville to give the class on Bhagavad Gita. So after the class, when I was coming out, a gentleman who was attending the class, he was asking me, but you said this, but suppose some people with ego is helping the society. What is wrong? I do nothing wrong. If you want to go beyond the circle of birth and death, those who call mumukshu, those who truly want to go beyond this suffering, for them, it is not for all. If you like to be in this society, in this world, and like to help people, continue, good. In the Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna said, na buddhi vedam janayet ajnanam karma sanginam. Those who are ignorant, they think this world is permanent, I have to help these poor people. Continue, no problem. But those who understand this universe that we see with nama and rupa, all temporary. So no, enough. I like to go beyond this. They are called in Sanskrit mumukshu, the seeker for the truth. For them only, these all, and not for all. So it is avidya adhyasata sarvam jnata atmani asad bhavet. When by ignorance, what is the ignorance? Ignorance is everything is consciousness. But I think I superimpose, no, it is unconscious or this is conscious. When I discriminate, have you noticed, and so sadly, the majority of our temple, particularly in India, not in this country, there they won't allow the so-called low-caste people to enter. Who is low-caste? He is doing some work, that's all. He is not begging. He is not snatching. He is performing his own work. Then after bathing and with the fresh clothes, if he comes to the temple, who are you to say no? Are you pure? Just because you were born in a Brahmin family or so and so? So this is called ignorance. Complete ignorance. But if you go, they won't listen. Whole life they are there. They are born in that and they grew up in that atmosphere. Whole life they are at the door of the temple, but they are far away from God. Why? Ignorance. The poor souls, they're far away from the God, because God is present in every being as the consciousness. If you look at the Jagannatha, the excellent name of the God, he is the Natha, the master of the whole universe, Jagat. And he is not having the legs. Why? Because he is present already, everywhere. He is not having the hands. Why? He doesn't do any work. He just thinks and everything is done. But he is having two big eyes without any eyelid. Completely, constantly watching. What he is watching? Our karma. And what karma? Our thoughts, our actions. And we think nobody is watching, it is okay. No. Surveillance is always there. No camera, but it is all recorded. So this, if we can understand, then there will be no problem. The question is, you said realization. This we'll discuss and we'll stop. Realization, does it mean knowing an object? It's a very good question. Now, I realize Atman. I realize Brahman. Does it mean Brahman is an object and I go and find it over there? Answer, no. Realization means not achieving something extra. It is the removal of the superimposition, that's all. Now, there was a rope. Now, some people, they saw on the rope a snake. It is actually a rope because of the twilight, because of something, and he had the fear of the snake. So, he superimposed the snake on that rope. As long as he was seeing that, he was terrified, he was perspiring, he was shouting for help. Then a person came with the light and showed him it is nothing but a rope. Now, do they remove the snake? Snake was not there at all. Only rope was there. Similarly, when we realize God, does God was something, somewhere we go and get it? No, it is already there. Khojoge to abhi milunga. If you are searching me, the God, this moment you can see me. Why? Pal varkitallasmo. With the blinking of your eye, you can get the God because I am already there. So what you have to remove? Only you have to remove the cover, that's all. Sometimes the father will play with the children and the father wearing a mask. The children are terrified. When the father removed the mask, they go and embrace the father. So where was the difference? Mask. So that much. Father was already there. The love and attachment and affection between father and the children, it was already there. only because of the mask. God is already there. The super consciousness, supreme consciousness is already there. Then why we are suffering? Because of our ignorance, that mask. We are thinking that this is this and this is that. So what we should do? Only remove that, and what will happen then? It will happen, you and that will become you are that. So Giyam Utsrijya Kevala Sadhya Jnata Atmagrahya. Rejecting the object portion, one should accept the self only. As long as you are ignorant, you feel you and that. When you learn the technique of removing the object portion, anatma padartha, you are that. Thank you, friends. Is there any question?
We have one question from Swaru. Human consciousness constantly courses through conflicting planes, outward and inward, worldly and divine. How to keep it focused in that unblemished bliss? Does conflict cease till we are in the body?
See, your question is the practice. Now, if you have realized the truth in this way, that there is consciousness and everything that we are, we find, including my body and mind, are unconscious because it is temporary. So I have to slowly give up all that attachment. That is one way. Another way, if you are approaching to duality, so you have to think that God is there and I am trying to reach over there. In this case, your karma phala comes. And in the karma phala, whatever you have done in the past, that is coming up now. There is no way to stop it. Only you can pray to God, and God has the power to remove the karma phala. So whatever is there, I would suggest, take the path of devotion, duality, pray to God, and perform whatever duties you have diligently, perfectly. By that way, you will reach to your goal. And when you are praying constantly and genuinely, some help, divine help, will surely come. Thank you. Any other question?
Comment Anupam Kanji is saying, one day please discuss about God Jagannath.
Lord Jagannath. Okay. Okay, thank you. Let us say Shanti 3 times and we conclude. Om Shanti. Say. Shanti. Shanti. Hari Om. Tat Sat.